Hey, it's Purge, and I'm going to jump right into my topic today, which is gun control, which I do not support one bit. But there is something the Democrats do bring to the table that I am with and I do support, which is expanded background checks. Now, if you're under the age of 18 and you cannot buy a gun, or if you're over the age of 18 and never bought a gun, there are certain steps you have to go before you can actually purchase a firearm. Now, one is you're going to have to show a valid identification. Two is you're going to have to fill out a federal background sheet. Now, what's going to happen next is the FFL, the Federal Firearms Licenser, is going to call the FBI. The FBI is going to search for any reason why you shouldn't own a weapon. Whether it's a felony or a domestic violence case, anything that convinces them you should not own it. The expanded background checks are going to bring that to private sales and gun shows. Now, I don't think it's right if a felon cannot buy a gun at an FFL, he should not walk into a gun show and be able to purchase a gun legally when he's illegal to own a firearm. Now, I live in New Hampshire. We just had that bill fail. That bill just went through our House of Representatives and it failed. I feel it was a mistake. I mean, we don't have really a problem with gun violence in the first place, but, you know, it's just there. You can't keep guns out of the hands of violent people 100% anyway. That's going to make it a lot harder for people to get a hold of it. Now, what Democrats will also argue, which I do not agree with, is bans on certain weapons, whether it's the AR-15, AK-47, any weapon that is military lookalike. They'll say that, you know, you don't need to own this gun. It's not safe for you to own this gun. There's no reason for you to own this gun. Well, the Constitution, the Second Amendment, is the last act against tyranny between foreign and domestic. World War II, the Prime Minister of Japan actually wanted to invade mainland United States. Well, one of his generals refused, and when the Prime Minister asked him, why do you refuse my orders? The general replied, if you invade the mainland United States, there'd be a rifle behind every blade of grass. Now, why would you want to change that? I mean, if obviously Japan did not invade us, it's one of the reasons why we've never been invaded. Now back to the capacity magazines of 30 and higher. I mean, no gun is gonna be more dangerous than the other. A gun in the hands of a bad person is a bad thing. A gun in the hands of a good person is a bad thing to the bad person. Law-abiding citizens are not the problem. It's not a gun problem, it's a heart problem. The Constitution states we should be as well armed as the military. I'm not saying we should go out and buy nuclear bombs, tanks, and jets, but, you know, the guns the military has, we should be able to get our hands on. Now, I understand it is extremely hard to keep fully automatic weapons in the hands of civilians, and I do understand this. But I'm married, I have a wife and a 1-year-old daughter. I actually work at Ruger Firearms, and I'm very proud of that job. But I leave work about 4:30 in the morning, 4:15, right around there, and I'll be damned if I leave her defenseless if somebody breaks in. Now, back to the high capacity magazines of 30, which I don't really believe is that high. You never know. If one person breaks in, yeah, that's a little bit overpowered for one person. But if 10 people break in and they restrict the magazine capacity to 5 or 10, what are you going to do against 10 people? You're giving the criminals a win. My wife will defend my daughter. I have plenty of guns for her to do that. But this is a topic I'm going to definitely be able to talk about more and more and more. I don't know if any of you guys stay close to the politics, but I certainly do. So until next time, guys, this is Purgy, and I'm out.
Objective Alpha is neutralized. Objective Bravo neutralized.
衣箱来了，快拿走！